Is cryptocurrency the future of finance, or is it just money in the air? Today, we are auditing the invisible walls of friction that prevent the world's most advanced technology from winning the most basic human asset, trust. We need to determine if this system is designed for utility or if it's an asset floating disconnected from reality. The current user experience is a clumsy grid. To participate, a person is forced to act as their own technical administrator. They have to manage complex private keys, memorize 12-word seed phrases, and navigate the shifting costs of gas fees. This interface offers zero margin for error. If you lose the password to your email, you reset it. In the crypto grid, losing your key means your money is gone forever. One common human mistake triggers a total system wipe with no path for recovery. Requiring expert-level maintenance from everyday users is a structural failure of product design. Instead of providing a utility, it creates a state of constant tension. The public refuses to join a system where a single slip of the tongue or a lost piece of paper results in financial ruin. Traditional money functions on a physical accountability protocol. If your bank account shows an error, you can walk into a building, speak to a human being, and use a legal framework to fix it. That building and that person represent a sovereign anchor. It is the legal and human framework that backs finance, providing the public with a psychological safety net. People understand how to hold this system accountable. Cryptocurrency is designed to remove this anchor. It asks the public to trust an invisible algorithm instead of an accountable person. For the average citizen, relying on code they cannot see or explain feels like building a house on a cloud. As the world becomes more complex, people are moving towards simplicity. They are looking for a sovereign anchor that works without a technical trainer standing over their shoulder. They choose the psychological safety of a person over the mathematical perfection of a black box. Without that anchor, the technology behaves as a floating asset. Because it isn't grounded in physical reality, its value is driven almost entirely by the cycles of excitement and fear. This chart tracks the cost of a standard grocery bill against a cryptocurrency over a 15-minute window. While the grocery bill remains stable, the digital asset value swings by 10%. A tool that changes value between the time you enter a store and the time you reach the register is a broken tool. This is speculative vibration. Traditional money is anchored to the productive capacity of a nation, the factories, the farmers, and the workers. This digital asset is detached from that grounded reality, vibrating based on market sentiment rather than physical output. A currency that cannot maintain a stable store of value fails its most basic design specification. For the general public, that makes it a specialized hobby rather than a functional tool for daily life. To see the value in this technology, we have to look past the volatile currency and examine the underlying architecture, the blockchain. The blockchain uses a mathematical checksum to ensure data integrity. Every block of data generates a unique string that interlocks with the next, creating an unbroken and tamper-proof ledger. This mechanism creates a truth machine. In a world where records can be deleted or altered by corrupt officials, a ledger that cannot be tampered with is a gold standard for honesty. However, mathematical honesty is distinct from functional trust. A victim of a crime seeks a system of justice that can catch and penalize the offender. A ledger that accurately records a theft provides no path to recovery. It only provides the record. The blockchain serves as a spinal cord of data honesty, but it lacks the human heart of accountability. It attempts to replace human relationships with math, forgetting that money is, at its base, a social contract. The technology is effective, but it has been misallocated as a consumer-facing product. It is a back-end utility forced into the front end. By moving it from the chaotic air to a heavy foundation, it finally finds its purpose. This is the packaging problem. Blockchain was presented to the public as money in the air, a retail gamble. In reality, its strict, uncompromising logic was always meant to be invisible infrastructure. This tech belongs in land registries. When the ledger is immutable, it prevents officials from deleting property files or altering ownership. The public gets the safety of the truth machine without managing the complexity of the grid. It also belongs in the global supply chain. A mathematical ledger can verify that medicine is not counterfeit, ensuring safety at every step of the journey from the factory to the patient. By relegating blockchain to the backend, the public receives the benefit of security without the friction of the technology. It becomes the foundation in the ground, rather than a floating asset they must gamble with. A global system cannot be sustained by confusion. If a grandmother in a small town cannot use a tool with confidence, it remains a specialized hobby rather than a public utility. This is the law of understanding. For technology to scale, it must align with human psychology. The public stays grounded because they know that in any crisis, the things floating in the air are the first to be blown away. Society is waiting for a system that is simple, predictable, and anchored in human accountability. They seek the structural truth of a system that works as hard as they do. To navigate a changing world, we must continue stripping away the hype to find the foundation. Demand logic over excitement, and keep your feet on the ground. Until next time, keep your logic straight.